the Supreme Constitution
clearly
spells out how Parliament should go through with a private member's bill. When it is done, the same Constitution spells out how it should be transmitted to the President.
That's true.
When the President receives it, the same Constitution spells out the period within which the President should act.
Absolutely.
If the President has reasons for not assenting, the same Constitution spells out what the President should do.
Yes.
If he is so minded to assent, the Constitution is clear on what the President should do. How does the action of the President in this current matter conform to the dictates of the Constitution on this matter?
Thank you, Doc. It's a very simple question. It's a good question, but the answer is simple. The Constitution does not capture every imaginable act from those who run the executive or state agencies.
How?
It is largely, this document is largely a guide. I mean, it's the supreme, how do you call it? We say it's supreme. The point I'm making is that it's not every conceivable step.
No, but in this matter, it's clear.
No, I'm coming there. I'll bring your mind to that. Where the president refuses to sign, it mentioned the 14 days and all that. I think I've read that one. If the president has written to Parliament that there is service at the Supreme Court challenging the constitutionality, so it restrains me or it forbids me from signing. Let's assume the president's position is wrong. Let's assume he's gone against an arrangement. Who determines that? Who tells the president to act otherwise? Who does that?
Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Please read.
No. I've read it. My point is that let's assume. You don't also. I said let's grant your position. That is act is President Akufo-Addo. Let's grant. Let's admit. Let's grant without admitting. That's on my end. That Akufo-Addo has gone outside the provisions of the Constitution. The place for me is here.
Yes.
Instead of signaling to Council of State or whatever, give his reasons within 14 days or that. Let's say he's gone out.
So do you agree? What I want us
I don't.
No, what I want us to proceed on is that do you agree that the Constitution foresees a situation where the president might have reasons for which it will not want to assent? That the framers of the Constitution, the Constitution itself foresees that scenario.
Okay, Doc.
And prescribes that in an event like that, this is what the president must do. This is how the president must communicate.
Absolutely. Okay, so usually if, let's say, and I'm not a president, so I'll give some analogy. Assuming there's a bill and the president does not agree because of 2-3 reasons, he would have expressly and quickly stated the reasons and conveyed it to the Council of State or the procedure stated here. But what about a scenario where it's not like he has a reason to say no, but he is cognizant of the fact that a citizen has challenged the act?
No, his letter suggests that he has a reason.
All right, okay, Doc. I mean,
all I'm saying is that the letter written suggests that there is a reason. And the president is even telling Parliament that, I mean, indirectly, that you ought to know.
No.
It is a no-brainer.
But Doc, I'm happy for one reason. The president's conduct, and I see a lot of commentary, is a reminder that the Parliament we have is not supreme.
How?
No, how as in, whatever, you know, there are some who assume in the Parliament that because they got a bill done, that was the end.
No.
But doesn't the Constitution give the opportunity
we simply have a despot. That's all.
Please. You see, Doc,
this tendency is despotic. You see,
let me state this again. Please. There's been many occasions where the minority, respectfully, have taken the position that when we went to the courts, the position turned out not to be true, including my brother. No, I'm coming. Please. My point is that it is not everything you espouse here. It's not the positions a Duji takes that is sacrosanct or law, and we have a history. Same applies to us. So my point is that the president's action, whatever as it may be, is a reminder. Look, Doc. Now, what does the Constitution say? Now that he said, I'm waiting for the court. What does the constitution prescribe to be done to the president?
All I am saying, Dr. Okoe Boye, all I am saying is that I have not seen anybody raise the issue that there is a gray area in the constitution.
Yes.
I have read the constitution, especially the 7 to 10 of 106. Nowhere in the president's letter does the president even point to a part of the constitution which gives him the right to do what he has done.
Absolutely.
All I am saying, and unless you disagree with me, is that the constitution, fortunately, does not say that once parliament presents the thing to the president, he must assent to it by all means. The constitution itself foresees a situation where the president might have reasons
I've read that.
to disagree with assenting.
Absolutely.
And so the constitution provides for how the president should act.
Look, I know that.
My point is that I would expect, whether I agree with the reasons the president is giving or not. For example, me, in my layman's head, I read the constitution, and I am clear in my mind that the person who determines whether, per the constitution, the person who determines whether a private member's bill has financial implications is the person presiding. So in this case, the speaker. I'm clear in my mind that the constitution is clear, black and white in that. However, the president says that he disagrees.
Perfect scenario.
He disagrees with that. Now, what did he do? He received the thing, and then he communicated his reason for not assenting. You understand me? And the letter even indicated that he had had prior conversation with the speaker on that matter, and both of them did not agree. Whilst the speaker is of the view that the constitution is clear, that the one who makes the determination is the person presiding. The president thinks otherwise. I'm saying that I'm a layman. You understand me? But I read it and I see it as in black and white. But the point I'm making is that whether I agree with the president's interpretation of the constitution or not, what he has done is that he has followed the processes laid out in the constitution. That if you have a basis not to assent, do A, B, C, D, and do it in X, Y, Z way. End of matter. So my point is that why is it that this time he is not following that procedure?
It's a simple answer, Doc.
Which is what?
It's been stated time and again in our courts that this constitution is a living document.
Meaning?
Yes, there are occasions when lawyers try to read the ink in the constitution and tell judges that it's like when the election, the election 2012 election matter, when we said polling officers, EC officers shall sign the documents, and we insisted that the interpretation for shall is compulsory, and that once that is not done, those results should be discounted. There were many reasons given why at some point.
Were you dealing with a CI or something?
No, my point is that our judges have reminded us that there is not every foreseeable action in the future necessary that is captured in print in this book. Now, you know, when you go by the route you've told me about.
Not me, it's the constitution.
The constitution.
It's not me, yes.
It says that if the president states the reasons, it shall come back to parliament for reconsideration. And that if parliament considers and they vote by two-thirds majority, the president shall. It means that we still have a tool where, assuming we think that the president is engaged in judicial gymnastics, we can work towards this end where we shall get it to the side. This is my case. Why is it that those who think he's breached or there's grievous disregard to the constitution, why are they making commentary on radio and TV and not taking him on in the courts? You know what I mean? If there's a prescribed route and President Akufo-Addo has chosen another route, can, with all due respect, Right Honorable Speaker, the clerk or anybody, go and get him to sign to this.
Well, first of all, I have not heard the Speaker, nor Parliament itself as an institution, speak on the matter. And therefore, I don't know what their next line of action will be. But I hope that you are not suggesting that we cannot express our views on the president's actions.
No, of course.
And that we should go to court.
No, I wouldn't go there. My point is that, in fact, when you read the Constitution, the reason why they have administrative law, when we went for the lectures, they made us understand that because of the tools and powers given to state actors, sometimes they can go outside their powers. So let's assume, without admitting, that President Akufo-Addo has even gone outside his powers or what he can do. The message is clear. Parliament in its own bosom cannot determine the rightness or wrongness of Akufo-Addo's actions, but to go to the courts.
So this is a matter that is not just about Parliament.
Yes.
This is a matter that is about the people of Ghana.
Yeah.
There are institutions that the Constitution is giving is giving some responsibilities in this regard.
Yes.
But whatever these institutions do is done on our behalf or to our benefit.
Yes.
And with this particular legislation, it's a legislation whose interest goes beyond the 275 people and the one person as the president.
Yes. Doc, that one
so
person,
how they all act.
Doc, that one person was voted for by this country.
Yes.
More than half of those who turn out to vote.
Yes.
By interpretation, they have some degree of trust in his judgment.
Yes.
So, just as I would fight to protect your right to expression of your views, so do I respect the right or judgment or interpretation or position of the president. But I also admit from this point that what the president thinks is not necessarily final in our democratic arrangement. What the president thinks or position takes might not be perfect or might not be right. That's the point. But this conflict makes me sort of, I don't want to say happy, but gives me some assurance and reminder that in this country, Parliament, their bosom is not the end.
But they have never asserted that.
Exactly. So then,
a non-existent problem.
Please.
Parliament in this case never said they had the power to assert.
By the way, let me give some.
Parliament is only transmitting.
Let me give some scenario. Do you agree with me that if the Supreme Court puts up a panel, they go into Richard Sky's writ or whatever, and gives a declaration, Doc, that the bill in its form now is unconstitutional and is void? Do you know what it means? Is that all that Parliament has done is Yamutu?
I think you should not confuse. Even in Richard Sky is not challenging the entire bill. He select portions. So okay. No, hold on. So the Supreme Court has devised a strategy. The rule of severability. So you can sever a particular clause.
I get you.
And still, so when you are saying, and later the Supreme Court even said the provision is unconstitutional. It does not undermine the entire bill. How is it difficult?
I'll defer to you. So assuming the Supreme Court takes only one provision or one, one paragraph in the bill as it is now, and says that that portion is null and void. It means that although in the judgment of Parliament, that portion should have been part of the bill, the Supreme Court would have ended up taking it away. It is possible that once that is taken away, going by his argument, the president might be comfortable with the form that it takes after that.
Is it about his comfort?
No, it's only an expression.
My whole issue, you see, at this point, I have not gone into the merits, and I think it's premature to go into the merits of the case.
Absolutely.
My concern is that there is a practice prescribed by the Constitution. The President of the Republic himself has used that practice in conveying either his acceptance, approval, or disapproval. Why will he do something different?
Forgive me, but Doc, I've said it time and again. We've been made to understand law itself is dynamic. He's an experienced lawyer. You can see he's a lawyer. There are times the same rendition, he might take a position quoting a particular law. Based on the case, he's here. You can go into another. So sometimes one person can seem to speak from different angles regarding the same law. But Doc, when you take the
this
subject,
one doesn't give you that.
Look, Doc, listen. There is a route prescribed in the Constitution. President Akufo-Addo has taken a route which he believes, as an astute lawyer, is also
it's not what he believes. And it's not about his astuteness in the law.
He has expressed his position. You just said that. Am I saying you don't have the right? He has expressed his position that I see that this route.
Yes.
But the law being the constitution.
So you have read his letter.
Yes, I have.
Did he quote any part of the constitution
that he's grounded
that he relies on to do what he did?
Where would you get resolution and answers from all this? I'm prescribing it on this show.
No,
let's go to the courts.
No, Dr. Okoe Boye. See, please, Dr. Okoe Boye.
Preparing to contest for a parliamentary election.
Dr.
Okoe Boye. At the end of the day, you want the other arm. Hold on, no. You want the other arm of government to respect a bill that will be passed in the parliament that you are in.
I'm not a lawyer.
Now, if you speak this way, undermining the authority of parliament.
It's only in the courts.
No. At this point, parliament has not. Parliament
with the route the president has taken, are you saying that forever?
I am just saying that
Parliament is only in the process of presenting it to you. So you receive it first.
From the president who, just a few months ago, I sat on this same chair.
On the witchcraft and the rest bill.
What is dynamism? What is dynamism?
The fact that someone acted in a particular way when it comes to the law.
Yes.
He's a lawyer. Okay. There are times when you move from previous.
Let me end.
But Randy.
Doc, I just want to end by making the point that there's been many occasions where the minority, for that matter, the National Democratic Congress, has espoused strong positions that appear to be settled law, Doc. Only for the matter to appear before our courts to be ruled as being illegal.
We are talking about the constitution of this republic.
But there's a place for interpreting the constitution. It's the Supreme Court.
No, but you see,
is there?
We've not even gotten there
yet.
The
president is not.
We are way at the point. Okay, so you see,
he has gone there.
Parliament has passed the bill.
Yeah.
The constitution says you transmit it to the president.
Yes.
When it gets to the president can decide that no, I will sign. No, I will not sign. Now listen. Even in the process of transmitting it to him, the president's lawyer and secretary is telling Parliament that don't transmit it to me.
I'm not a lawyer, but
and you are saying what?
If this morning a citizen goes to the Supreme Court asking for an order of mandamus to compel the president to sign, do you know that in determining that matter, if the Supreme Court sits and panels, they will go into the rightness or wrongness of the president and give us elucidation of this matter.
No, all I am saying, Dr. Okoe Boye, and this will be my last comment. When the Constitution prescribes how Parliament should go through with a private member's bill, and when it is done, how it should be transmitted, for the president to tell Parliament, in fact, warn Parliament, not to attempt. And to cease and desist, to do what is in conformity with the Constitution, the president must be relying on another constitutional provision to make that assertion.
But how do you get this conclusion?
It should be in a letter.
How do you get it?
It should be in his letter.
How do you get this conclusion, assuming it is injurious to the state, to be rectified? It's by going to the court.
It's not the rectification.
The president the one in court.
I am saying that the president, in warning Parliament, asking them not to attempt to cease and desist from doing something which is prescribed in the Constitution, that they are followed from day one to today.
Your conduct is not
the president must also be relying on the constitutional provision that gives him that right to warn them not to attempt and to cease and desist.